They wanted to reduce their dependence on China. So they looked south, to a neighbor just across the border. Mexico is now the fastest growing link in the global supply chain, but beneath the surface lies a complex equation. Yes, the labor is cheaper. Yes, the distance is shorter. But what happens when a country becomes a factory without the infrastructure to sustain it? And can economic opportunity survive when it's surrounded by water shortages, weak logistics, and cartel-controlled regions? This isn't just a story of new trade routes. It's a story about what happens when geopolitics meets geography. Mexico has long been a manufacturing hub for the West, from textiles in the 1990s to auto parts in the 2000s. But globalization's crown jewel was China. It offered scale, speed, and stability. That changed with trade wars, COVID-19, and rising geopolitical tensions. As Washington and Brussels began pulling supply lines out of China, Mexico's geography turned into strategy. It's close, it's cheap, it's politically aligned, but is that enough? Factories are coming, investment is flowing, but the roads? Cracked. The railways? Underdeveloped. The power grid? Aging. And in some areas, absent. Mexico is becoming the next workshop of the world without the tools to sustain the load. This isn't just inefficiency, it's systemic risk. Every dollar of investment piles onto an infrastructure that's already strained. This is not a Mexican problem, it's a global pattern. The West is outsourcing risk, chasing cheaper labor, closer markets, and faster turnarounds. But the question isn't, can Mexico deliver? The question is, should this model even exist? A factory boom in a fragile zone is not progress, it's fragility, rebranded. Geopolitics isn't just about power, it's about limitations. And few understood that better than George Friedman, who said, "Geopolitics is the study of the constraints and imperatives imposed by geography on political behavior." In Mexico's case, geography may offer opportunity, but it also imposes consequence. Nearshoring is real. Global brands are already moving production to Mexican soil. Warehouses double overnight. Customs checkpoints expand. But water is scarce. The roads are old. The cartels haven't gone away. And each new truck on the road adds stress to a system at its limit. This is a case of momentum without stability, and nobody knows when the brakes will fail. Mexico may seem like an answer to China, but it may become the next point of failure. Dependence moves, but it doesn't disappear. This time, it's closer to home, but no less fragile. When the world reroutes trade, it doesn't eliminate risk, it simply moves it. So the question isn't, where do we build next? The question is, how do we build systems that don't collapse at the first crack? If strategy, history, economics, and finance shape the world, this is where they converge.